I've wanted to get my hands on this hilt since I first saw it in Ahsoka. We're going to take a look at Baylon Skoll's lightsaber today on Darth Rage Reviews.
Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force? Nah, for the Republic!
Greetings, Force fans, and welcome to another episode of Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force. So today we've got a special little surprise. My friends at NSabers, they're becoming like my really good friends. My friends at NSabers, by the way, if you buy anything from NSabers, make sure to use code DarthRage when you check out. You'll get 7% off. At the same time, you'll support the channel as well, and that helps me out here. So absolutely, Darth Rage, discount code NSabers. So I reached out to NSabers and I just expressed my joy and my pleasure with this hilt that they produced. I saw that they had a Baylon Skoll hilt. I just want to tell them that I thought it was a really cool hilt and really beautiful, and they sent me one. So thank you guys. I mean, NSabers, I can't thank you guys enough for this. This is really probably the newest hilt that they have available on their site. They offer this in both a standard edition or a weathered edition, and a lot of their hilts, they're doing that now. They're offering a weathered edition, and this weathering is incredible. I mean, it feels like real world weathered. The grip is weathered. It feels like differently where the hand would be gripping it. Just the darkening that they did on here. I mean, I guess it doesn't look applied. It looks like it, really happened from use. And really looks like, sorry about that. Really looks like the screen use prop. So, hands off to the production of this. It's a mass-produced hilt, but they're really stepping up their game and really giving you, something that's different than, just every other saber out there. So, way to go TXQ for what you guys are doing with this. So, another surprise that I had when I found this thing. So, let me power this off first.
Power off.
So, pleasantly surprised that they are now offering a removable chassis. So, it makes it so much easier when you're charging the battery. I suppose you could get multiple hilts, empty hilts with this system and, just pop the same core into all of them. But mass-produced removable chassis. You guys are stepping up your game. So NSabers, all of their replica hilts, now the high-end replica hilts now come with these removable chassis. So awesome job. I have seen some that actually have kill keys on it. This does not have a kill key on it, I don't believe. If it does, I don't know where it is. But some of them have kill keys on it, which is cool because that'll conserve your battery power. And yeah, I mean, some of them even have lights in the chassis, which would, correspond to something in the hilt. But you can get a lot of really cool, really affordable high-end lightsabers from some of these mass-produced companies. So again, NSabers.com was kind enough to send this to me. So please make sure to give them a visit, check out their hilts, and use code DarthRage on it if you want to. So what is this? What's installed in here? This isn't a Profi. This is the SNV4, which is kind of a Neopixel. So it comes preloaded with 21 different fonts. I think it's 10 different blade styles and 10 different ignitions. You can switch and swap between all of those, put them on any of the sound fonts that are on here. I believe it's 21. And the gesture control. So this is a one-button setup, which typically, I really don't like one-button sabers, especially with these Nexus TXQ versions of lightsabers, simply because it's hard, especially on the replica hilts, because there's no flashing light here. You kind of got to time it out in your head to change sound fonts, to change colors, to do anything. It gets really annoying. However, the gesture controls has kind of eliminated that. So there's a complete list of different gesture controls that will control it when the saber's powered off, powered on, when the blade's on, when the blade's off. And it really makes it simple to kind of go through things. So if you hold the button down and twist it while it's up and the blade is not ignited, then you can change sound fonts. Right. Say that. Did I just turn it off? I think I just turned it off.
Power on.
There we go. So
Low volume.
I just changed the volume.
Layer.
To the court. Prepare a boarding party.
So you can just switch between whatever font you want. Very, very simple. So let me see if I can turn the volume down.
Basic 4. Mute on. High volume.
Volume.
Ignition 2.
So again, 10 different ignitions, 10 different blade styles. Let me pause this camera. I'll put a blade in just so we can look at some of the different stuff that comes loaded. Blade in. Let's take a look at some of these fonts and what comes preloaded with the blade styles. So Rainbow Blade. I think that's the blade style I have. Let me switch it off to another one. Let's see what we got. And that's the cool thing. When you switch the fonts, it automatically changes to the blade style that they've created for it. And they're all correct, it seems like. Duffabaloba.
Presence. So close, so close.
Love those quotes. Trigger quotes while the blade's on. Hold the button down and twist it, and it'll trigger all the quotes that are associated with the fonts.
Count Dooku.
A lot of Sith fonts, a lot of Jedi fonts. That's pretty cool. Got blaster deflect, flash on clash, tip drag, all that fun stuff. You can actually adjust the blade length too, between I think a 32 and a 36-inch blade with just a click of this. I think it's a triple click when it's off, and it'll switch between the two different blade lengths. This one comes with a 1-inch blade as well. I know that John over at the Collector's Outpost, he got the Nexus version of this, and it was a 7/8-inch blade, which he felt was too small. But yeah, this definitely feels like it should have this size blade. So a couple more of the fonts. Let's take a look. Empress Palpatine.
Tell Kestis. Yoda.
It's weird that Yoda's got a red blade, but whatever.
Rey Skywalker.
Kylo Ren.
I am the Inquisitor. Tell me, is this training? My training? No. Always training the universe.
I mean, seriously, there's like 20-something fonts on here. It's more than you could ever need.
Master Windu. I am told it is the dark saber. Master Money. General Kenobi. Brilliant pause.
So,
Reborn.
it's a pretty cool ignition on this one. The Butcher. And it comes preloaded with a rainbow blade as well. Everybody needs a rainbow blade. All right, so that's kind of what everything, what happens with this thing. It is, I feel, anything that you would really need with a lightsaber comes loaded on these. You get all the unique blade styles you're looking for. You can switch between whatever you want. Get a lot of legitimate sound fonts right off the bat. You can add sound fonts if you don't like the ones that are on there. Smooth swing, flash on clash, gesture controls, everything you need at an affordable price in a Neopixel lightsaber. Yeah, there's things that it won't do that you can do with Profi, or with CFX, but do you really want to take the time to get into all that programming? I mean, some people do. I've got some sabers that you can do that with, and yeah, I mean, that's enjoyable too. But man, what you get for your money with these sabers is really amazing. I can't, I think I was kind of starting to poo-poo on these mass-produced sabers, but I really feel like those that maybe kind of aren't looking at them anymore, maybe it's time to take another look at these, because they've got some really nice hilts, some really nice additions and changes that they've done to what they're doing. And it seems slightly less mass-produced. I mean, I understand this is a mass-produced product, but man, this really is a beautiful lightsaber. So what do I give this on a ranking scale? I got to tell you, there's no negatives on this for me. It feels like a great size. This is a really fun saber to spin around. The balance seems good. You can kind of two-hand it. You can one-hand it. There's a good choke point up here to spin with. I think maybe one time I knocked the button while I was spinning it and turned it off, and that's sometimes a complaint. But yeah, no complaints about that. The length feels good. It's slightly longer than my Anakin lightsaber, maybe by about 3/4 of an inch. So it feels like a good saber. I realize, I realize that Baylon Skoll's a very large man. I think he's 6'3". Ray was. So yeah, you want this to be a big saber, but I didn't want it to be bulky, and it's not bulky, but it's long. So yeah, the size feels right to me. It feels like it's well sized, and the 1-inch blade feels appropriate as well. I like the 7/8 inch blade on my Anakin lightsaber, but this one feels like it deserves a 1-inch blade. The fact that they're doing removable chassis now, that just, that blows my mind. I think it's awesome. Makes it so much easier to do anything that you want to do on this, because you can just pop that chassis out and go with it. So overall, this is going to be like it's a 4.7. I would prefer to have a 2-button operation. I think they could have done that with this up here. I love the fact that they're hiding the button now. You don't have this big out-of-universe lit up button on here. It looks like what it's supposed to look like. But yeah, if they would have somehow made this a 2-button operation, this would absolutely been a 5 out of 5. But this is going to be like a 4.8 out of 5. This is the Baylon Skoll Lightsaber from NSabers. I put a link in the description to where you can purchase this. They've got all different versions of it. This again is their SNV4. It's the Neopixel version of the lightsaber, not the Profi. But yeah, check it out. Well worth what you would pay for. This is an awesome saber. This is bordering on my new favorite lightsaber. I mean, that's how cool I really think this lightsaber is. So go check them out. Link in the comments if you want to purchase one of these yourself. And as always, if you do, use code DarthRage when you're checking out. All caps, DARTHRAGE. You'll get 7% off and you'll support the channel. So let me know what you think in the comments of this lightsaber. I think it's pretty awesome. Now I kind of want to get my hands on Shin's, because hers is pretty badass as well. But let me know what you think in the comments. As always, guys, I'm Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.